Hey there guys, I have a Natasha Denona retro look, and I've even got an Aubrey, what's her name? Oh my goodness, Audrey Hepburn. I think that's who's on my t-shirt. Yeah, so I'm all retro here in my little baby blue, and maybe if I'd had a pink bow in my hair, that'd be kind of cute. But I'm going to show you this look, and it is using that retro palette, and it's beautiful. I got it from Ipsy, and I think it's one of my favorites. And this is what it looks like. And it is the Retro Glam, and that's what I was going for. And this is what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I have some fallout in some of the colors that I was using. But what I started off with was this pink right here in the middle. And then I put that all over my lid. And then I decided, okay, let's add a little green. So I went next to this green here, and I put it down. You can kind of see kind of to the 3/4 over on each side. I also put some of the shimmer green on top of the pink and into, I guess, that green. Then I went up over here and I put this in my crease. So that's what's in my crease. And let's see, what else did I do? I've got this color, the dark green, and it's called evergreen. I have that in the evergreen in the corners. So that dark is in the corners. Then I've got this green coming out, and then of course this brown over here, and that's what gave me this look. Now on top I have some Natasha Denona highlighter underneath my brow and a little touch of that green to pull it all together. So this is the retro look that I got today with the Natasha Denona palette. And again, I just love this palette. And since I mentioned the highlighter, I did use the Natasha Denona highlighter. And this I put on my cheeks a little bit, and then that's what I used up underneath my eyebrow. Now, I did use a different primer this time. I got out my Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops, and I really like these. I did purchase these again. So anytime I buy something again, that means it was really super good in my opinion. But on my eyes, as far as lining it, I went with this Orchid again by Pinky Bee Beauty. And I like this color of purple. And purple's a great color to work with the greens and pinks. And it tones your glam down a little bit. It's not, especially if you're over 50, it just kind of calms it down, soothes it, or mellows it out a little bit, but you still got that glam look. Now, I used that, and of course, I went mostly from the outer to about 3/4 over, and then I used my Kosas, and this is a new one for me, and it is a cream, and it's in my waterline. It's also inside the eyes, halfway up on both sides and kind of underneath, and that helps open up my eyes, which I've told y'all a lot that I do that. But I haven't tried this too often, so I just got it not too long ago, I think out of my FabFitFun box. And I also got my Kosas Mascara. I think it came out of FabFitFun. Now this could have come out of Ipsy. They're kind of crossing each other on the different things they have. This is a unique brush. It's similar to Too Faced brush. And I don't know if y'all know that, but it's like narrower in the center. I don't know if I can show that. And then it gets fatter on the outer edge and the inner edge. But it really pulls the eyelashes up. And I'll just go ahead and add a little bit more. I really don't think I need any more. I think it brought me a great eyelash look. So one thing I like about it is because I guess the way it's designed, you can get those outer corner lashes at the end if you want to pull those out. it grabs onto them and pulls them out, and I like that. And I did use my purple liner, the Orchid by Pinky Bee Beauty. I did use that and go up and give me my curve going up. That lifts your eyes. I haven't mentioned that in a while, but when you lift and then when you use a darker color, it doesn't have to be very much, just to accent like I did. If you have hooded eyes like I do, it camouflages the hooded eye, and it does a very good job. I guess it's an illusion. I'm all about illusions. Okay, I had the Natasha, before we move forward, I should have mentioned that I did use the Natasha Denona concealer on my eyes, lids, and around before I put on my eyeshadows. That's the only place I use concealer. And I did use Estee Lauder foundation, just in case you want to know the double wear. Okay, now back to this, what I have on my face. After I'm going to stop. When I put on my concealer, if you don't want it to cake up on you and what have you, and I don't care what brand it is that you're using, if you want to help prevent that and give a more finished, polished look, I would highly recommend using a loose powder. Now this is a glass powder by Rodial, and I used it all over my face, but especially, I take a big old poof and put it right in my eyes, with my eyes closed, of course, but that really helps set your makeup. Now after that, I got out the new Natasha Denona palette. This is the Berry Pop Cheek Trio, and this is so reflective, I don't think you could read that, but this is the beautiful palette on the inside, and I used all three colors. I started with the center on my cheeks, and it was okay, but I wanted a little more depth, so I got some of this berry color and put on there and blended it in on both sides, and then I topped it with the highlighter. And I'm sorry I'm blinding y'all, but her products are wonderful, but they're also glossy and shiny, you know, like a brand new shiny penny or something. And then on my lips, I tried to stick with Natasha Denona all the way, and I did. I got out my berry liner, and that's what I have on my lips, and it looks lopsided. My lips are lopsided today. I don't know if that helped or not. One side's higher than the other. I do have thin lips, so I have to work with them, and I don't know if I've told y'all that. Plus, I have lines under my lips from smoking and drinking through straws and not treating my upper lip the same way as you would your eyes. That's very delicate skin. So all you young ones out there, if you're using a straw or if you're, smoking cigarettes like I did till I was about 26, you need to cut that out. Well, you need to for sure treat your lips just like you would your eyes and use some of that eye cream on your upper lip. But this is the Natasha Denona Daphne. It is a pinkish neutral color, and it went pretty good with that. And then I got out the Natasha Denona, and I have no idea what color this is unless it's going to tell me here. This is from the I Need a Rose Lip Gloss, and it's Natasha Denona, and I got that on top as my gloss. Whoops. I started to pat, and I almost went out of line patting. But anyways, I do smooth it on. Sometimes I pat it on. It really depends. Since this is the same color, I don't know, I just glided it on. But many times I pat on my glosses so that I don't have to necessarily look in the mirror. But anyways, that's pretty much what I have on my face today. So I thought I'd just come on here and tell y'all all about a Natasha Denona takeover practically. I don't have like eyeliner from her and a foundation. A few things I don't have. I'm slowly collecting. One of these days maybe I'll be able to do a full look with just Natasha Denona. But I absolutely love her palettes. And this again is another favorite, and it puts out a beautiful look. And I used so many different colors and blended them out, and this is what I got. So guys, let me know what you think. Is this a palette that you would like, or do you have it? Have you made a lot of different looks with it? Let me know. And that's all I have on this video for Natasha Denona Takeover beauty look. I'd appreciate a like. I'd appreciate a subscribe if you are not subscribed to my channel, and I would appreciate a little share or hype. If you have one, that would be wonderful. I so appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure and check my channel for any current giveaways that might be going on. I'm not sure when this is going to go out, but we are going to have a Dollar Tree train. It's a super train. But anyways, that's all I have for this Natasha Denona Takeover makeup look. And as usual, I wish you all a blessed and happy day.